many people are decrying the state of politics in Canada. Even the Prime Minister says it's divisive politics, and then he goes along and says, well, Poilievre's lying. Poilievre says those aren't the right policies, but it seems to be, John Capobianco, Bigshot Tory, it seems to be that our politicians are saying, you're lying, as opposed to saying, elect me and I will do a better job, or elect me and I will fix this. Not the personality politics that we've gotten into, or where people are saying, well, I really like Trudeau, so I'm voting for him. Have we lost sight of the purpose of politics and policies?
Well, politics has always been a contact sport. You got to go into the corners with your elbows up, no matter what. And we've seen it over the course of the last many decades. Brian Mulroney's term was acrimonious, the famous debates. But also, I do think that over the course of the last number of years, if not number of elections, we've seen politics really disintegrate into a very polarized state. You're either one side or the other. There's no middle ground. And I think a lot of that is to do with, and I think Prime Minister Trudeau is an ultimate hypocrite when it comes to this, because he will point and say, Pierre, you're a racist for going to a certain camp, or you're this for doing the other thing. But then when Pierre tries to actually say, well, listen, Prime Minister, in fact, I think it was you that had some issues with respect to, blackface back in the day. Well, then it's an outcry. Oh, how dare you go to that stage? So it causes that divide and that polarization. But I do think the way Canadians are feeling now, and they're feeling angry about certain things and issues, and Pierre is actually tapping into that. But that's the anger that I think he's reflecting to Canadians, and Justin just can't understand that. But
how are we going to level out, to moderate politics so it doesn't get into a situation of, like a boxing ring?
Well, I also think that the economy, if people are comfortable and consumers feel safe and confident in the economy and their jobs, and they feel that they're going to get a better opportunity the next go around and so forth. That, from that perspective, when people start feeling good about things, then they start realizing that they're not as angry about issues, and they're not going to sort of tolerate the negativity from politicians. But when they're angry about things, when they feel a bit of a disconnect with what's going on, they're going to reflect that, and they're going to reflect it to their politicians.
Are you suggesting for 1 second, John Capobianco, that people don't like being told they have to buy an electric car or truck, or people don't like being told that their 12-year-old child at school can pick a sex and not tell them, or change the sex? Are they concerned about that?
Well, you saw from the pandemic, right? People are fed up with governments driving anything down their throats with respect to issues. And I think the pandemic really was a test point to say, enough's enough. Government intervention, we believe that government should be helping out by way of hand-ups, not handouts. And that's where I think government and people get fed up with governments, which is to say that they will always enforce, and the more they force things on it, the more people are going to repel, and the more they're going to go against it.
So do you think that Canadians just would like to be Canada like it used to be, get a job, and don't worry about all these other extraneous issues?
I think they just want a government that actually gives them the confidence that they're looking after themselves and they're looking after the economy to make them feel better and live a better life.
Stunning! John, thank you. 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government. And as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government. But people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.